A U.S. passport no longer guarantees you entry into Canada. Quiet bans are being enforced at the border, and most Americans have no idea why they're suddenly being turned away. From past convictions to political affiliations, the reasons might shock you. Could you unknowingly be on that list? Let's find out. Number 10. People with DUI or drug convictions. What if one drunken night in college years ago could now cost you entry into an entire country? That's exactly what's happening at the Canadian border. A single driving under the influence conviction, even from over a decade ago, can get you banned. Yes, banned. No warm Tim Hortons coffee, no Niagara Falls selfies, just a cold, hard turnaround from border agents. Canada treats DUI like a serious criminal offense under its Immigration and Refugee Protection Act. And if you've ever had drug charges, even minor possession, that could land you on the same blacklist. Think that old weed ticket doesn't count? Think again. Here's the kicker. It doesn't matter if the offense happened in your wild teenage years or if you're now a law-abiding yoga-practicing parent of 3. Without special permits or rehabilitation paperwork, you're not getting in. So could a single night out be your one-way ticket to getting banned from Canada? Number 9. Individuals convicted of serious criminality. Ever thought a 10-minute mistake could ban you from a whole country for life? That's the brutal truth at Canada's border. If you've ever been convicted of a crime punishable by more than 6 months in prison, yes, even if you didn't serve the full time, you're labeled under serious criminality. Canada doesn't play around. You could be a reformed citizen, built a new life, raised a family, pay taxes, but one past felony means no entry. Assault, fraud, theft, even certain types of firearm charges. Border agents don't care why it happened. They see your record and you're done. No second chances. No polite Canadian. Sorry, here's the wild part. Even if your charge happened decades ago, you can still be denied, and appealing it not easy, not fast, and definitely not cheap. Before we move on to number 8, do the smart thing. Subscribe, like, and share this video. Someone you know needs to hear this. Number 8. Members or associates of organized crime networks. How close is too close to the wrong people? Could a few old photos, some phone calls, or your cousin's side hustle actually land you on a blacklist at the Canadian border? You don't need to be a mob boss or cartel kingpin to get labeled. Canada's immigration laws are ruthless when it comes to organized criminality. Even being associated, not convicted, just connected to someone involved in organized crime can get you banned. That's right. You don't need charges. You don't even need a trial. Just association is enough to slam the door shut. Here's where it gets terrifying. Canada has intelligence sharing agreements with the United States. So if your name has ever shown up in a federal investigation, even in a footnote, you could be on their radar. Old gang ties, shady business partners, or even being on the wrong group chat could flag you as a risk. And no, this isn't just about mafia types in movies. We're talking modern-day gangs, cybercrime crews, drug distribution networks, even car theft rings. If law enforcement believes you're a member or associate, Canada can and will deny you entry on the spot. No refund, no explanation, just a polite Canadian border agent saying, "Sorry, not today." The worst part, you may not even know you're linked to someone on a list. That old friend from high school who calls you once a year. If they're under surveillance, you might get swept up in the suspicion cloud too. Think this is rare? It's not. Thousands of U.S. citizens have been quietly turned back at the border with no arrest record, no warning, just a vague accusation of being connected to organized crime. It's that easy. So next time someone offers you a business opportunity with zero paperwork and a suspicious grin, maybe take a rain check, especially if you've got a Canadian road trip on your vision board. Still think you're safe? Keep watching. The next group on this list will make you double-check your suitcase and your social media history. Number 7. Those flagged as national security threats. Could your tweet get you banned from a country? Could your protest sign, your podcast guest list, or even a meme you shared 2 years ago quietly put you on a national security watch list? Welcome to the new reality of border control, where opinions can travel but you might not. Canada doesn't just block criminals, it blocks people it fears. And under its Immigration and Refugee Protection Act, anyone labeled a national security threat can be banned, even without a single criminal charge. Think about that. You don't have to be caught doing something. You just have to make the wrong people nervous. We're talking about people who've been accused of participating in terrorism, espionage, or attempts to destabilize governments, even if they were never convicted. It's enough to have alleged connections. Intelligence agencies pass around profiles, border agents receive the alert, and you just wanted to go snowboarding in Whistler. Don't laugh. Some U.S. citizens have been refused entry for attending protests tied to movements seen as radical or anti-government. Join one wrong Facebook group, and suddenly you're labeled a potential subversive act. And good luck arguing your case while standing at the border with your suitcase and a confused Uber driver behind you. Even past military service in the wrong conflict zone can raise eyebrows. Some travelers have been turned away for previously working in countries that are considered high risk. Were you a journalist in a war-torn region, an aid worker? Canada might still see you as a wild card. This isn't paranoia. It's policy. Canada prioritizes peace, order, and good government. If you've stirred up too much noise or are just adjacent to it, they'll take no chance. You're not stepping 1 foot over that line. Still think it's just bad guys who get flagged? Think again. National security today doesn't look like a spy movie. It looks like your browser history and your comment section. And the next category, it proves that even if you fought against evil, you still might not be welcome. Number 6. Political activists and protesters. Raise your voice in the wrong place, and you could find yourself permanently banned from crossing a border. Doesn't matter if you were waving a sign, marching peacefully, or live streaming from a sidewalk. Speak too loud, stand with the wrong crowd, or get tagged in one viral video, and boom, you're flagged. Think peaceful protesting is protected worldwide. Think again. Canada has a quiet list, a growing list, and on it political activists, not criminals, not fugitives, people who spoke up. You see, their immigration law includes broad terms like security risk and threat to public order. Translation: if you've protested against major government policies, law enforcement, pipelines, foreign policy, or anything that got messy, Canada can deny you entry. No trial, no hearing, just a border agent pulling you aside and saying, "You're not welcome." This isn't science fiction. It's already happened. Black Lives Matter supporters, environmental activists, anti-war protesters, many of them have been detained, questioned, or turned back at Canadian airports and border crossings. Some never made it out of the customs hall. And you don't even need to be the one holding the megaphone. If you've attended a protest where there were arrests, or if authorities think your group could cause unrest, that's enough. You're now a potential disruptor. So yes, your freedom of speech might stop where Canadian airspace begins. And the irony, some of the people being blocked were actually fighting for human rights. Canada agrees with them on paper, but doesn't want them crossing the street. Before we move on, take a second. Please hit that subscribe button, like the video and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Someone out there is planning a trip and has no idea they're already on a digital blacklist. Number 5. Perpetrators of human or international rights violations. Think your past is buried forever. Think again, because some histories scream loud enough to cross borders, and Canada is listening. The border doesn't care if you wear a suit now. If your name is tied to war crimes, genocide, torture, or systemic abuse, even from decades ago, you're not just unwelcome in Canada, you're straight up banned. No appeal, no polite nod. Just immigration agents locking eyes and saying, "Turn around." And here's the jaw-dropper. You don't have to be the person who pulled the trigger. Canada's immigration system bars anyone believed to have participated in, facilitated, or even ignored human rights abuse. That includes former soldiers, government officials, prison guards, and corporate executives who looked the other way while atrocities happened on their watch. You could have been stationed overseas, working for a military regime, or involved in enforcing orders that violated international law. Doesn't matter if it was just your job. Canada sees complicity as guilt, period. Still think you're safe because no one's talking about it. Think again. Canada has one of the most aggressive border screening systems in the world for these kinds of offenses. They scan global arrest warrants, United Nations reports, leaked documents, media investigations, even old photos posted online. That grainy image of you in uniform, it might be all they need. And here's the kicker. In some cases, people weren't even directly involved. They just held a position of authority in a system known for abuse. That's it. Canada doesn't need a courtroom conviction to deny you. Just enough evidence to say, "We're not taking that risk." One man was denied entry for his role in a former government's intelligence agency. Never charged, never arrested, but he was aware of widespread torture. That was enough. So if your past includes dark shadows, classified files, or uniforms with secrets stitched into them, don't expect a warm Canadian welcome. You might be on a list, and you won't know it until they stop you cold. Number 4. People with serious communicable diseases. Imagine being denied entry not because of a visa issue or criminal record, but simply because your body carries a microscopic enemy. No, it's not science fiction. Canada's border guards are on high alert for travelers with serious communicable diseases, and they're ready to send you packing. Tuberculosis, active untreated infections, or diseases deemed a threat to public health can get you banned faster than you can say, "Sorry, I'm contagious." And don't assume a simple cold or flu will do it. This is about diseases that can spark outbreaks, overwhelm hospitals, and cause public panic. Remember the CO-19 chaos? Border policies got tougher than ever, and Canada's health officials doubled down on their scrutiny. If you show symptoms, test positive, or refuse quarantine, you're out. No exceptions. "No, but I was vaccinated." Your health status can override your passport. Here's a shocking twist. Even latent infections, like latent tuberculosis, which doesn't make you sick, but can activate later, can be grounds for refusal if officials think you pose a risk to healthcare resources. It's not just about you, it's about who you might infect or burden. Imagine flying halfway across the world, dreaming of maple syrup and Mounties, only to be stopped by a medical check that reveals a hidden health risk. No refund, no reschedule, just a one-way ticket home. Some travelers have been detained for weeks during health investigations, stuck in quarantine hotels or holding cells, all while their travel plans evaporate. Meanwhile, others never even get that far, because pre-entry medical screening catches issues early. And yes, Canada takes healthcare costs seriously. If your medical condition is likely to cause excessive demand on public health or social services, that's another solid reason to be refused entry. So next time you're booking a trip, Remember, your health matters not just to you, but to the border officers, ready to say, "Sorry, this time you stay home." Still with me? Good, because the next group might shock you even more, and it involves secrets you didn't know you were hiding. Number 3. Applicants who misrepresent or commit immigration fraud. Lying on a form might seem like a harmless shortcut, until it slams the door in your face for good. One false answer, one doctor-read document, or one shady detail can get you banned from Canada faster than you can say permanent inadmissibility. Immigration fraud isn't just a slap on the wrist, it's treated like a full-on crime. And the Canadian border, they have zero tolerance for liars. Even a small exaggeration, claiming you worked at a job you didn't, fudging your travel history, or hiding a previous visa denial, can make you persona non grata. Here's the kicker. The government cross-checks your entire life. Social media profiles, employment records, even casual conversations can unravel your story. The moment inconsistencies pop up, the red flags start waving, and border agents love their red flags. Remember that friend who said they accidentally used a fake passport to get cheaper flights? That mistake isn't just embarrassing, it's a lifetime ban from Canadian soil. No exceptions, no second chances. And it's not just about paperwork. Canada's immigration officers are trained to spot the tiniest slip-ups, misspell a name, mix up dates, or forget to mention a family member. And you risk being flagged for fraud. The consequences are brutal: immediate deportation, a ban that can last years or even forever, and a permanent stain on your immigration record. It even affects future visa applications to other countries, because information is shared globally. Some have tried appealing, begging for mercy, but Canada's strict laws make overturning a fraud-based ban nearly impossible. So before you cut corners, remember the border isn't fooled by fancy fonts or forged stamps. It's a lie detector in disguise, ready to shut you out. Stay honest, otherwise, your dream trip might turn into a nightmare you never forget. Number 2. Those who fail to comply with prior removal orders. Imagine showing up at the border only to be told, "You're not welcome again." Ignoring a removal order isn't a slap on the wrist. It's a fast track to permanent exile from Canada. Skipped your last deportation date, tried sneaking back in after being kicked out. That's a major red flag flashing at the border. Canada's immigration system remembers and they don't forget. Like that ex who still has your stuff, only more serious. Not failing to comply with a removal order means you've officially burned a bridge. The result? Immediate denial of entry, sometimes for years or even forever. No, sorry, try again later. Just a cold rejection and a one-way ticket back home. Some have tried creative ways to slip back in using fake names, different passports, or sneaky routes. Spoiler alert, Canadian border agents see through that like X-ray vision. Attempting to re-enter illegally after removal, that's a criminal offense that could land you behind bars before you even set foot in the country. The shocker, even if your reason for removal was minor, like overstaying a visa or paperwork, ignoring the order escalates everything. You're no longer just an overstay, you're a repeat offender in the eyes of immigration. One traveler tried crossing after being deported twice. He was detained for weeks, lost thousands in travel costs, and was publicly banned for a decade. Ouch. If you've got a removal order hanging over you, don't gamble. It's not just a ticket denial, it's a lifetime of border nightmares. Number 1. Human smugglers and trafficking facilitators. Slipping people across borders for cash. That's not just illegal, it's a one-way ticket to being banned for life. The moment you're linked to human smuggling or trafficking, Canada slams its gates shut and locks them tight. No secret handshake or fake ID can save you. Even if you were the middleman or just helped out a friend, you're on the blacklist. Border agents have zero tolerance for anyone profiting off exploiting others. Here's the shocking part. You don't have to be caught in the act. Canada uses intelligence, tips, and international cooperation to identify and ban facilitators long before they try cross. Your phone calls, emails, or even travel patterns could tip them off. Caught smuggling? That's automatic deportation and a permanent ban. And if you thought it ends there, think again. You could face serious criminal charges with heavy fines and prison time. This isn't just about crime movies. Real people's lives are destroyed by these networks. And Canada is serious about shutting them down. The takeaway: playing a part in human smuggling or trafficking doesn't just ruin lives, it ruins your chances of ever stepping foot in Canada again. If you found this eye-opening, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and smash the like, because these truths about Canada's quiet bans could affect more people than you realize. Share this video with friends or family planning to travel north, so no one gets blindsided at the border. Staying informed is your best defense. More shocking insights and hidden truths are coming your way, so stick around and keep watching. Your next trip might depend on